Welcome back to Hematite Homestead. Hurricane Ian making its way through here. It's a tropical storm later this evening. I got a project that I got to get done before that happens. Big annual outage where I work at. Going to take up all my time for the next week, possibly a little bit more. So this has got to go today. I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing. You're going to see it come together here, and I'm going to get started. Alright, I gathered me up some pallets, and I'm going to make a simple crate. I'm going to use these 4x4s and use them as the corners and screw all these pallets together and just make a real simple crate, something to store in. I'm going to paint the face of one pallet orange. And I can't find any rollers. I can't find any paint brushes. Naturally, when I need something, I can't find it around anywhere. So I'm going to I'm just going to use this little guy and get some orange paint on here. It doesn't have to look good. I just need it to be orange. Alright, I got that painted orange. I'm going to set it aside and let it dry for a few minutes and start using the crate. Might put a second coat on that. I'll wait and see how it turns out. Alright, let's see. So to assemble my crate, I'm going to use these 4x4s as the corners, and I'm going to screw these all in here, and I'm going to come back at the end and just cut these off flush to the top so it all looks nice. So one thing I always do around here, use stuff I got laying around and take advantage of not having to buy stuff. But at the same time, I still want it to look pretty good, so it's a weakness of mine. All right, there's a very basic crate. I'm gonna put the front on it right after paint dries a little bit. It's gonna be open on the bottom, open on the top. So basically I've just built 3 walls here, put the 4x4s on the corners to attach all the pallets to, and now we have the crate. All right, another piece of this puzzle, I wanna make a Kunekune. I wanna cut it out of a piece of old roof that we got laying over here. I printed off a big, large emblem of ours. I want to do the county part and the Kunekune, but I'm way behind. The rain is not far from here, and I got to get moving. So I'm going to try and focus on getting the Kunekune cut out, and then I will come back at a later time and put the county on him. So I wasn't a great student in high school, basically because I didn't have my priorities straight, and I was young and rebellious. But I was an art student through the whole time I was in high school, and here's a little trick that I learned in that art class. What I'm going to do is cut this Kunekune out here, and then I'm going to transfer it onto here and cut it out again out of just a piece of cardboard here, just so that I got something that's rigid. And then I should be able to put a light behind this and cast a shadow of the Kunekune on the part of the roof that I'm going to cut it out of. And that's a neat little trick that I retained from high school. Alright, I'm going to give you the general idea of what I was talking about here. So I cut my template out of this. This is actually what I'm using. It's worked out better for me than this little guy here. Yeah, so basically what I'm trying to do is cast a shadow on there so that I can trace it out and cut it out. Let me see how this works. Yeah, not so good. I mean, not bad, but kind of hard to hold in front of the thing. So here's the general idea of what I was talking about. I had to switch lights because one of the lights was just not cooperating with me at all. It had a bunch of LEDs in it, and it was just casting way too many lights on there. So there's the general idea. All right, I wanted the galvanized look for this, but I didn't have any galvanized pieces over there where they were giving me the size that I needed. So this has got like some type of paint, epoxy coating on it. It's kind of beige, I guess I would call it. It's got a little bit of dirt on it. I'm gonna leave that on there. I kind of wanted it to look rusty, old-fashioned. It's something I've been wanting to do for a long time, and finally getting around to it. I'm gonna, ideally you want to cut this out with a jigsaw probably, but I don't have a jigsaw that's functioning right now. I'm going to use a grinder, and as always when grinding, face shield, I'm gonna wear gloves, and I like long sleeves. Alright, there it is. Not really what I was after, but I think it's a good representation of a Kunekune pig. I got the wattle built in. I tried to get the ear as straight as possible, and I continued to grind on that some. I decided I better let that go. And the crow on the snout, I tried to get a little bit. I did get the tail on here, so not bad. Well, I did not intend on this being a two-part video, but the rain came in. I wasn't quite done yet. I lost a couple hours looking for a daggone paintbrush. Had stopped making fence repair, wasn't planning on making. And the third component of this project didn't quite fit right. So I have to go back and rethink that. Still not going to tell you what we're doing yet. You're going to have to come back next time and see what's going to be. I will tell you, kind of like our last video with the big fall apple haul. This is another example of farmers helping farmers, homesteaders helping homesteaders, and just people helping people. And another 3R project here at Hematite Homestead: reduce, reuse, and repurpose. I know you think the last R is recycle, and okay, I'm not going to debate that. I'm not crazy about recycling. I think all the recycle bins are out there pretty much just make us feel good about ourselves. I don't think it gets recycled to the degree that we think it does. But I do try and repurpose a lot of stuff here at the homestead. So reduce, eliminate waste, and throwing things away and filling up landfills. The human race is the only wasteful species on the planet, and we got to stop filling up landfills and throwing things away. Reuse things over and over and over again as much as you can for their intended purpose, or in this case, like we're doing here at this project, for their unintended purpose, which is repurposing. And that's what we try to do as much as we can of here at Hematite Homestead. And don't forget, the one thing that I learned in high school that I carried on all these years: if you want to cast a large image on something, all you need is a piece of paper and a flashlight. I used a regular piece of paper, but I think a paper plate would have worked out way better for me. You cut it out, put the light behind it, and you cast the image on a larger scale. Trace it, paint it, draw it, cut it out, whatever you want to do with it. All right, don't forget to look for Hematite Homestead on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Come back and find out what this project is all about. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next time.